we are in the ridge and valley complex. You can see that very much that nature of these parallel ridges. And just kind of, let's just visualize this, try to kind of see the 3D view of it. And we can see the steepness of this terrain. You ain't going to get your horse and buggy up over this particular mountain. So that's why those gaps are so important, because those gaps allowed you to then go from one valley to the next. And a particular gap of interest is the Cumberland Gap. So you can see this particular pathway right through here. Boop, up, you can actually get through the particular mountain chain. So here is a low enough gap in the mountain, as we can see this shape, kind of this little carving almost, that was essentially created by something, which allowed here then thus a gap to form. And so here is the Cumberland Gap, a National Historic Site. And if we look just over here, we've got this particular town here called Middlesboro. And it kind of notices a little bit of a bowl shape. I'll go ahead, not the bowl shape of a bad 90s era haircut, but a bowl shape in terms of a nice big depression. So we have this depression, you can kind of see it here, in which this town is actually formed. Well, what formed this? Actually a meteor. So a meteor, we're talking way back when, not when humans were around this area, came and plopped right here and landed here in middle of nowhere Kentucky, or what would become middle of nowhere Kentucky. And so the explosion of this meteor hitting this particular area actually created enough of a gap, kind of blew through this mountain enough to create the Cumberland Gap. And so the Cumberland Gap, something maybe you read about in history class back in elementary school, was created actually by a meteor coming in contact with the surface. And so you can actually go through this, and scientists have gone through, and they can see some certain metals that are out of this world, that are obviously not from the area. And so this is kind of a way to showcase the Cumberland Gap, how it was crucial for this whole ridge and valley complex as far as migration, getting now to the rest of the breadbasket in mid